Imagine a world where cultures collide, ideas spark revolutions, and trade routes weave together a global tapestry. Now, what if I told you that one of history's most feared empires, a name that still sends chills down spines, was the architect of this interconnected world? Yes, the Mongols. We often think of them as ruthless conquerors, sweeping across lands with fire and fury. But behind the chaos lies a story of innovation, transformation, and a legacy that continues to shape the very fabric of modern Asia. In this video, we'll peel back the layers of history to uncover the Mongols' true impact. From their groundbreaking networks of trade and communication to the surprising ways they influenced modern borders and technology, this is a tale that will challenge everything you thought you knew about them. Stick around, because by the end, you won't just understand their legacy, you'll see how it still touches our lives today. Let's get started. Our story begins in the rugged steppes of Central Asia, a place of extremes. Life here was harsh, and survival demanded resilience. The Mongols, a collection of nomadic tribes, lived off the land, relying on their herds and their unmatched skill as horsemen. But by the late 12th century, these scattered tribes were about to be united under a single, extraordinary leader, Temujin. Born into a life of hardship, Temujin rose to power through sheer determination, charisma, and an unmatched ability to inspire loyalty. When he became Genghis Khan in 1206, his vision extended far beyond the steppes. He dreamed of uniting the world under one banner. And while his methods were often brutal, his empire wasn't just about conquest, it was about transformation. Here's something to think about. How does a nomadic tribe, with no cities and no writing system of its own, create the largest contiguous land empire in history? The answer lies in their adaptability and innovation. Genghis Khan reorganized the Mongol military into a disciplined, merit-based system. He promoted people based on skill, not birthright, a revolutionary idea at the time. This structure allowed the Mongols to conquer not just territory, but entire systems of governance. By 1227, the year of Genghis Khan's death, the Mongol Empire stretched from the Pacific Ocean to the Caspian Sea. But conquest was just the beginning. After Genghis Khan's death, his successors expanded the empire even further. By the mid-13th century, the Mongols controlled an area larger than any other empire in history, including parts of modern China, Russia, the Middle East, and Central Asia. This vast empire needed order. The Mongols achieved this by establishing the Pax Mongolica, or Mongol peace. Imagine this. Under Mongol rule, you could travel thousands of miles, from the Great Wall of China to the gates of Europe, without fear of being attacked. The Mongols ensured the safety of merchants, built roads, and even created rest stations for travelers. And what flowed along these routes wasn't just silk or spices, it was ideas. The Mongols connected civilizations that had rarely interacted before, creating a network that laid the foundation for modern globalization. Now, here's a question. What do gunpowder, printing, and the compass have in common? They're all technologies that spread across Asia and beyond thanks to the Mongols. While they didn't invent these tools, they recognized their value and helped disseminate them across their empire. Take gunpowder, for example. Originating in China, it traveled westward through Mongol trade routes, eventually reaching Europe and changing the course of warfare forever. Or consider paper money. Under Kublai Khan, Genghis Khan's grandson, the Mongols promoted the use of paper currency in China, making trade more efficient and paving the way for modern economic systems. Now let's dive into a fascinating legacy you see every day on the map. The Mongols didn't just leave their mark on history books. They played a pivotal role in shaping the political geography of modern Asia. Take Russia, for instance. For over 2 centuries, the Mongols ruled the region through the Golden Horde, influencing everything from military tactics to taxation systems. Under their rule, Russian principalities learned to centralize power and maintain strong military hierarchies, blueprints that shaped the rise of the Russian Empire centuries later. Without the Mongol impact, Russia as we know it might not exist. And then there's China. The Mongols didn't just conquer the vast empire, they transformed it. Under Kublai Khan, the Yuan dynasty blended traditional Chinese administrative systems with Mongol innovations, creating a unique fusion of governance. Kublai's court supported advancements in science, engineering, and culture, many of which were carried forward even after the Yuan dynasty fell. In fact, Some of the territorial divisions established during this time still influence China's borders today. Even Korea, which managed to maintain its sovereignty, wasn't untouched by Mongol influence. During the Goryeo period, Korea adopted Mongol military strategies, administrative techniques, and even cultural elements like dress styles and horse breeding practices. These influences shaped the Joseon dynasty, whose legacy continues to be seen in modern Korean culture and governance. But here's a thought experiment. What if the Mongols had never united such a vast empire? Would the Asia we know today exist? Without the Mongols, the Silk Road might never have reached its golden age. The free flow of goods, ideas, and technologies, like papermaking, gunpowder, and the compass, might have been delayed by centuries. This isolation could have slowed the global spread of knowledge, leaving the East and West disconnected. Even languages and cultures might have suffered. The Mongols weren't just conquerors, they were facilitators of exchange. Persian became the lingua franca of diplomacy, and scholars, artists, and religious leaders from all corners of the empire found support under Mongol rule. This exchange of ideas helped create a rich tapestry of shared knowledge that influenced regions far beyond Asia. The Mongols didn't just redraw borders, they redefined how civilizations connected and interacted, leaving a legacy that's still woven into the fabric of our world. One of the most remarkable aspects of the Mongols was their openness to diversity. Unlike many conquerors, they didn't impose their religion or culture on their subjects. Instead, they encouraged a mix of traditions. For example, Genghis Khan famously welcomed people of all faiths. Whether you were a Buddhist monk, a Muslim scholar, or a Christian priest, you could find a place in the Mongol court. This inclusivity extended to art and science. During the Mongol era, knowledge from the Islamic world flowed into China, and Chinese technologies spread westward. This cultural fusion enriched civilizations and left a legacy we can still see today. Now let's talk about money, because yes, the Mongols even shaped the economies of modern Asia. Under Mongol rule, trade flourished on an unprecedented scale. They standardized weights and measures, established stable currencies, and encouraged the flow of goods across borders. This economic network didn't just benefit Asia. It connected the continent to Europe, creating a trade system that would later inspire the age of exploration. So, what can we learn from the Mongols in today's interconnected world? First, they teach us the power of adaptability. The Mongols didn't just conquer, they learned from every culture they encountered, adopting the best practices and technologies. Second, they remind us of the importance of connection. The Mongols understood that trade and communication could bring prosperity, not just to rulers, but to entire civilizations. And finally, they show us the value of diversity. By embracing different cultures and religions, the Mongols created a more inclusive and dynamic empire. The Mongols weren't just conquerors, they were connectors. They bridged continents, spread ideas, and laid the groundwork for the interconnected world we know today. Their empire may have vanished, but their influence is all around us, in our borders, our technologies, and the way we connect across cultures. Thank you for joining me on this journey through history. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Stay curious, and I'll see you next time on Histoyarn.